Hi guys, I'm Pixel. I'm going to show you how to crochet this cute little piano skirt in under 30 minutes. Now I do have another tutorial on how to crochet basically the same exact skirt, just with a black panel on top to make it a little longer, to kind of make it look like the nanny skirt or just some skirts I've seen trending on Pinterest lately. So some need to know information I think is that there's a lot of like variations with this skirt that you can do. Like, you do not have to have the same waistband that I have. You can do any waistband. You don't have to have like your black piano keys at the top. You can sew it on the bottom instead. You don't have to do everything that I do. I tell you that throughout the tutorial. Like these parts, you don't have to even add these lines or dividers, I guess. So don't worry about it. I do ask if you make any variation of the skirt using my pattern, at least do tag me. I definitely do want to see, especially if it's in a different color, because brown, like even like a latte or some kind of coffee brown would be so cute with this white. I kind of wanted to do mine in brown, but I hesitated. Also, like a velvet in white. Please tag me if you do, or if you get like any inspiration from this video. I would love to see. Okay, so let's just get into it. Okay, materials I used was white red heart yarn, weight 4, black red heart yarn, weight 4 as well, and then this part is optional, you guys will see later, but for the dividers, if you do them in the pattern, I used weight 3 yarn, scissors, a 5mm hook, a stitch marker, and a sewing needle. Okay, so I'm going to take my white yarn and I'm going to chain 26, but how much you chain will be the length of the skirt, like how it goes from like your hip down to your thigh. Okay, so if you want to add more or less chains, you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. The reason why I stopped at 26 is because I want that extra chain that we're not going to go into. We're going to skip the chain on the hook, and we're going to half double crochet 1 in each chain. Okay, I'm on my last half double crochet. Again, if you want to make your chain smaller or bigger, you can. This is how long mine is, 6 inches. So it's going to be like, this part's going to be kind of small for me. At the end of every row, you're going to want to chain 1 and turn your work. Okay? And that's exactly what we're going to do for this whole round. Is half double crochet 1 in each stitch, and at the end of each row, chain 1 and turn your work. And you're going to do that for as many rows wrap around your waist. Okay, so here is how the white part came out. It stretches out to 30 inches. When it's not stretched, it's about 27 inches. So you just keep going until it fits around your waist. Okay, now I'm going to sew them together. You can also slip stitch, but I'm just going to show you how I do it, how I sew it together. So I haven't tied off, as you can see. I'm not going to yet. I'm just going to quickly like measure how much I need to sew the two together. So I'm taking my yarn and just going down, and I'm going to add like a couple more inches just in case. I feel like that could be like 5 or 6 inches just in case, a long tail. I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to, I ended with a half double crochet. I'm just going to pull that all the way out. Okay, and then I'm going to take the tail and I'm going to put it in my sewing needle, and that's what I'm going to use to sew these pieces together. Okay, so I'm going to go into the, I guess, back loop of my last stitch and my first foundation chain. okay? Then I'm going to go in my second foundation chain and my second stitch in the back loop of the stitch. Okay, you see how this is the back stitch and then this is both stitches? Okay, so I'm just going to go through the back one. Okay. Gonna go through the back one and the third one and the third stitch. Then I'm gonna go through my third foundation chain. Okay, and we're basically just gonna do that all the way down. Okay, so this is how it came out. I want to make sure it's not scrunched, so I'm just gonna pull it through. See, this is what it looks like if it's a little scrunched. So we leave a long tail, that way we can make it a bit more flexible and manipulate it a bit. Okay, and once we're done, we can go ahead and weave in this tail or cut and tie it off. Same with this tail up here. Okay, and then I'm gonna kind of, I guess, turn it inside out, and this is going to be just the back of my skirt. Okay, or you can cover it up with the keys. Speaking of keys, we're going to start on the keys now. For our black keys, you can chain however long you want them to be. I'm going to chain 13. So start off with the slip knot, and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm gonna skip the chain on the hook and half double crochet 12. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 1, cut, and pull through. And that's how we're going to make each one of our keys. Okay, so you're going to make as many keys as you need. Okay, and as you make your keys, I would kind of place them where you want them to be. So like if you want a key here, 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 like just going like that, like every other row for our white, that's fine. I just kind of like map out where you want your keys, or if you want it to like replicate a piano more and do like 3 keys, like 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have a divider, 1, 2, divider, 1, 2, 3, you know. Just map that out while you finish your keys. I'll be back when I'm done and then we can sew them on. So I did total of 15. There's 8 on the back and 7 on the front. And this is what I meant by like having the piano pattern. See how I did like 2, 3, 2? I'm also going to show you guys the dividers I was talking about. By dividers I meant like just a line. It won't exactly be a stitch, but just a line here. And you can also add them to on top of the keys or under the keys like this. You guys kind of see what the look I'm going for. So when sewing your black keys, you're going to want to take your black yarn and you're going to want to get like a long tail. You're going to want it to be longer than the piece that you're sewing down. So I'd say like the tail end that you want to leave should be the same size as the piece that you're sewing, at least for this. Also, I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice over, I've been losing my voice over these last few days. So I'm gonna take my piece of thread and my sewing needle, and I'm gonna start under my project. I'm not going to go straight in on the top. I'm going to go under, and I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to go on the top of the key. Okay, I'm not going to pull all the way through because I'm going to be tying my thread onto one of my stitches or with my loose ends. Then I'm just gonna hop over to the next stitch. I'm gonna try to focus it on the black yarn. I know it's kind of hard to see, but basically I'm just going stitch by stitch. So when I'm going under, I'm going into the next stitch, okay? And make sure when you're sewing, you're not like going all the way over here trying to sew into it, okay? Make sure to keep it pretty straight, okay? My thread came out because it's so short. But having a longer piece of thread is what makes it easier. That's why I made it a little bit longer than the other ones. Okay, I'm waiting for it to focus because it's black yarn, so I already know it's kind of hard to see. I'm going into the next stitch. Same with underneath, going into that next stitch. And I'm basically just doing that all the way down, okay? When we end it here, we're going to want to make sure it's down, okay? Okay, so just some clarification on what I meant by like when we go down. So I'm kind of on my last stitch and I'm gonna come up and though I don't really have another stitch to like layer on top, I'm just gonna go to the side. I'm gonna go back into the side or just in the stitch right before it. This is so that way we can tie our ends in the inside without it being very noticeable, okay? And as you can see, I tried to put pins where I wanted them, but they're not staying down because I don't have enough stitch markers. But that's basically what we're going to do for each one. And you see, like, it pretty much holds its shape. Like, it's not coming out, okay? unlike the ones that aren't sewn down, okay? So I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so I have finished sewing on all my little bits, all my little black keys. Next, this is optional. I just want to say it's optional if you want to put your keys down here, or if you want to like put them at the top, or just flip it over, make it the top. That's perfectly fine. Do what you like. This part is also optional, to take your black yarn and add dividers and like the little piece right here. You guys know what I'm talking about, like the little piece on the piano where it kind of divides the keys. Now, to make it a little tighter than my other stitches, I used a smaller hook. This is D. I don't know what size D is, but it's pretty small. I feel like it might be like 3. I'm not sure, but compared to what I was using, it's pretty small, okay? But if you want, you can continue to use this hook. I just want my stitches to come out a little bit smaller on it. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the top. We're gonna do service crochet. So I'm gonna go into the top. I'm gonna put it through. See, I haven't weaved in all my ends in the back, but I'm gonna take the yarn. I'm just gonna pull it through. And I guess we're gonna do slip stitches each time we pull. I kind of have to just feel for the yarn to see if it's on the hook, or to feel if it's on the hook. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna try to make it into a straight line. See how I'm just going in between my stitches? We don't want to like make it too big either. Like, we don't want to go all the way up here, okay? And after the first few times, you start kind of like feeling it and getting the hang of it. Okay. And I'm just gonna like chain 1 at the end. See? And basically I'm going to do that to each one right here, like to each key. Okay, and then I'm also going to do it in between my keys as well. When you do it, like starting down here, you're just going to start with a chain and in with a chain like we just did. After you're done with that chain, you're just going to want to cut it off and then pull it through like we did before. So when starting, if you're doing a divider down here as well, I'm just going to put my hook through. And I'm going to chain one. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to take the yarn and chain one. Okay, and then I'm going to go back over to my next stitch, to the next place I'm going in, and I'm just going to surface crochet all the way down again. Okay, okay, so here is how it looks right now with everything sewn together and I guess crocheted on. Don't be like me. Definitely weave in your ends as you go just to make it a lot easier. For the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to make the waistband now, okay? So there's a bunch of tutorials for waistbands that you can do. The one that I'm going to do is, I think, a single crochet slip stitch. You guys will see what I mean in a second. How I'm going to start it off is by doing a single crochet around the waist, okay? Well, around the skirt. Okay, so you can do this in black or white or whatever color you used. I'm just going to go in any I wouldn't call it stitch, I don't know, any loop I find available. Going to chain one, and I'm just gonna single crochet in each loop. Okay, I'm gonna try not to add any increases or decreases, meaning I'm not gonna like single crochet here and then try to single crochet all the way here, or make 2 single crochets in the same loop. Nope. Especially since we're making the waistband and we want our waistband to be fairly a little bit more tighter than it is on our thighs and our hips. See how I'm like trying to put them like pretty close together without adding increase? You're basically going to do that all the way around. Okay, so I'm pretty much at the end of the row where I did single crochet. I changed it to black just so it's kind of easier to see. This is my last one, and when you're done, you're basically just going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet that you start with, and after that you can tie off or cut and tie off. Okay, next I'm gonna grab my white yarn for the waist part because I still want that part to be white at least, and I'm gonna go in the first single crochet. You can go in each one to begin, but it might cause a seam, so I would do it like on the back or a part where it's not going to be seen too much. I'm gonna take my loop, pull through, and however many you chain is how long your waistband is going to be, or I don't know. Yeah, it's how tall or how long your waistband is going to be. So I'm going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to skip the chain on the hook, and I'm just going to single crochet the other 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to slip stitch in the very same single crochet we went in, pull through. I'm going to go into the next stitch and slip stitch in that one as well. Sorry if you hear my yarn kind of like making noise. And then I'm just going to slip stitch in the next one as well. Okay, and I'm going to kind of turn my work, and I'm gonna go into the front loop. Okay, see, this is the back loop. I'm going to go into the front loop. Going into the back loop. This is the front loop and this is the back loop. Okay, and we're just going to single crochet up our chain in the back loops only. And every time we get to the top of our waistband, we're going to chain one and then turn our waistband back, and then we're going to go in the back loops again. Okay, oh my gosh, it's so noisy. I don't know if you're able to like hear it on the video. Anyway, I'm going to go back into the same single crochet that I went into for this one, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. Going to slip stitch into the next one, skipping doing my going into the back loops for that one, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the next one, and then I'm going to go back into my back loops by turning my work and going into the back one. And that's basically what we're doing for the whole entire waistband. Oh my gosh, the squeaking so loud for me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know how to get rid of it. Anyway, you're going to do that for the whole waistband. Hopefully doing this will kind of make it a little bit tighter. And don't forget to chain one at the top each time, okay? And I'll show you guys what mine looks like when I'm done, or when I get to my other side, so you guys can see what it looks like completed. Okay, so here's how my skirt looks right now. I just finished the waistband. I think a couple more personal details I want to add to it is doing single crochet in black in the bottom and then at the top as well, which is the same steps that we did right before we did the waistband. If you do want to do that, it's just the same steps basically. But we're pretty much done, so I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and if you guys do remake or get like inspiration from this video, do tag me. I definitely want to see like the ideas that people came up with, especially if it was like another color like brown or velvet. I feel like it would be really cute, and I would love to see what you guys come up with. So thank you for watching again. Also, now that we're done, I could show you these cute matching accessories that I got. Look at these shoes, you guys. It's too small for me, but I still got them anyway because I will fit my feet in them. They're so cute. And then I also got these matching nails from my friend during Christmas break. They're so detailed and pretty. Look at them all together. It's gonna be so amazing. Okay, bye. Thank you guys for watching again.